Well, the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. I was teaching today in a coaching session, and I told the story of my daughter who prophesied through a drawing to me when she was very little. I had become despondent, thinking that somehow I had extinguished God's fire, the burn of his love, or the burn of the passion for him. I thought that I had somehow extinguished it. And I was feeling very, very sad. And I was actually participating in a bit of a pity party in that moment. As I sat there, my daughter, who is now 20, but she was about 5 years old, was sitting on the floor playing with some pencils, some colored pencils, and she was drawing, madly drawing this picture unbeknown to me. And as she drew, she would occasionally say, "Mummy, how do I spell this? How do I spell that?" And she suddenly interrupted my pity party, where I'm thinking, I've somehow extinguished the fire of God. I'm a failure. This is just dreadful. And she turns around and she said, "Mummy, God told me to give this to you." And there on that little piece of paper, she had been drawing a yellow, orange, and red flame. And right across that piece of paper, she had spelt out, "Fire burns all the time." Leviticus 6:12 says, "And the fire on the altar shall be kept burning on it, and it shall not be put out." The gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. Romans 11:29 teaches that to us. And interestingly enough, it is the 29th of November, or as you in America put it, it is 11:29. So it's a Romans 11:29 moment. Know and be encouraged that the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. There is nothing that you can do to extinguish his love for you. There is nothing that you can do to lose the gifts, to lose your calling. You cannot shake that off. He has it in hand. Sometimes assignments will shift. Sometimes assignments will be reapportioned, but your calling and your gifts never, ever are lost. It's sometimes you're just not aware of it. So I encourage you, step into what God has given you. Know that fire burns all the time. It's not dependent on you and how well you feel that you are doing in that moment, but instead it is always and utterly, completely dependent on how much God loves you. And that love cannot ever be extinguished. Your salvation is sticky. Your calling and your gifts are sticky. In actual fact, they're so sticky, you cannot shake them loose. He adores you with an ever enduring, fiery love. And that love can never be put out by anything that you do. So I hope that encourages you today. Be blessed, and we'll catch you soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.